Hey, happy 19th anniversary, Westbrook. My name is Mont Mitchell, and I'm the senior pastor here at Westbrook. We're going to take a few moments today in our service just to highlight the great connection that Westbrook has had with Bolingbrook. I'm sure you've driven around town and seen the 50 signs. There's one in front of our building, and we're celebrating all this year Bolingbrook's 50th anniversary. So as we celebrate our 19th today, we also just want to thank the Lord for our connection in Bolingbrook as they celebrate their 50th. Can you remember the first time that I came in to meet with you and talk with you? Do you remember that conversation, that first interaction?
They were very impressed with this young pastor, minister, and they were flocking there.
You know, you had that vision that you wanted to set this church on fire.
Very convincing, and your enthusiasm was clear for what you wanted to do.
Everyone was kind of on edge about it because they weren't used to that kind of entrance.
I looked at the date, October 6, 1996.
Yeah.
The village was incorporated October 6th. Of course, 1965, but we share an actual date of a beginning.
Yeah, one of the things that's been very impressive to watch over the years that Westbrook's been here is just the growth of Bolingbrook. Not just in population, but just watching them build a healthy, comprehensive community.
Well, when I first moved here in 1976, everything was all farmland. Everything west of Smith was all farmland. Everything north of Boughton was all woods.
Well, it's amazing to think in 1965, we were only 7,000 in population. Currently, we're at 75,000.
And so now we have a spread from a single-family home of around $100,000 all the way to $900,000.
And if you sit back and you were gone for about 10 years, you would think you're in another town.
We have our hospital, which we push hard for. We have our shopping mall. We have a world-class library. We have an award-winning township, award-winning park district. We really have pretty much everything, and in 50 years, that's pretty remarkable.
But you have to have job opportunities, you have to have diversity, you have to have recreational opportunities, and you need to have, church options.
The church community is a major part of any community.
People came here and saw what was being done. They saw they could get a good house here. They saw they could shop here. They saw that the kids could get a good education here.
And a lot of them came here because of the diversity, and they stay here because of it.
I've always had a contention that a healthy community also has to have healthy churches. As I truly believe the Bible teaches that churches are a part of the fabric of a community.
If every young man and woman or young child was involved in Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and Campfire, the community would be a lot better off.
I remember you said one day in church, and I'll never forget this, when people were talking about the church, and you said, folks, this building is not the church. It's you that is sitting in the chairs that are the church.
That if every person in Bolingbrook were at church on Sunday morning, we would also have a lot fewer problems. Occasionally you see pastors, they're concerned about the people in front of them on Sunday morning or Saturday night. The problem we have are those people out on the street that aren't there.
So the church community becomes even greater because there are so many people that are hurting.
You said what you were going to do, and you've done it, and you've grown to, we have 5 services now. So you've reached out and brought people in, but quite honestly, our jobs are never done, mine or yours.
You know, it's really hard to imagine what Bolingbrook would look like without houses of faith.
I cannot even imagine what our community would be like if we did not have the churches.
Community involvement and alternatives keep the moral compass pointed in the right direction. It keeps people active.
They'd be missing a large component of a strong Christian environment.
I think churches fill that niche both from a counseling standpoint and an activity standpoint.
I think that it would be a huge void if we did not have Westbrook Christian Church and churches in our community.
Over the years, one of the really cool parts about being associated with people from the village is just opportunities to get to know each other and to banter back and forth. So here's another thing. What is one of your favorite jokes that I have told during one of my sermons? Can you think of any?
quite honestly, I thought maybe some of these sermons came out on the internet.
Westbrook Church, you know this, Roger. We really love this community, and we are honored and blessed to be a part of this community.
Well, then why don't you move to it?
I knew that you'd say that, and you got that on camera. Thank you so much. We love this community, and I just want to say as we close, happy 19th Westbrook, happy 50th Bolingbrook. What a blessing and privilege to be able to share ministry in this community.